What's up guys, it's That Pain again. I'm here again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Riven, okay, the new hero. We're going to be talking about our thoughts. We're going to be just looking through her skills and just reading her out, and I'll be giving my kind of opinion here about what I think and whatnot. So yeah, let's kind of just hop right into this. So first off, she's a top commander hero, and that's going to be the only way to obtain her, at least for now. And she's a big old bear. Okay, we're gonna look at her first skill though. So for her first skill, this is a rage requiring 1000, deals damage to target for every second for 4 seconds, meaning that gets off four skill damage drops. Damage factor, which is 15.6k, it adds up to 15.6k. And if garrisoning, increases the squad defense by up to 32% for 3 seconds. You know what I love about this? It isn't specifically tailored towards like infantry or something, and you see this with a lot of like heroes, right? Like for example, obviously, like, it's not a bad thing that her skills are like that, right? But it's still like significant, right? But this one is not troop specific, which, given that like everything I've looked at so far, she does look like she's going to be really useful in garrisoning at the very least. That would be a very nice addition, since it's not specifically for like infantry. You could send range, you could send riders, and it's still going to get that 32%, which something that's kind of hard to find with a lot of these garrison heroes. So concerning the 15.6k damage factor that adds up to, I will say something that my friend the series told me, right? And we were talking about it, and I'll say that like the only downside to this is, for example, if you were to fight with basically any hero, right? And let's say I don't know, just any hero, right? Let's say Maya. If Maya gets off her skill damage, right? She gets off that 8k damage right here. That 8k damage is instant, right? Whereas her skill damage is kind of it happens every second. And the big thing I wanted to talk about here was to say, like, if you were 1v1ing someone, right, and that skill damage instantly drops you, what if it drops you 10k troops? What if it drops you 20k troops? That means that your impact, your skill damage, is having less of an impact because you have less troops, right? Whereas if you'd maybe gotten your complete 15.6k damage drop right away, that would have been more significant because you wouldn't have dropped already by 10k troops or 20k troops, and that meant like your skill damage drop wasn't like your skill damage drop is proportional to how many troops you have, right, and how much damage you can do with said troops. So it's just gonna make you do less damage. It's not gonna be like something crazy, I don't think, like crazy significant, but I did want to kind of mention that. I will say, like on garrison or something, this shouldn't be as significant, since keeping a garrison full isn't like, it's not the hardest thing. I mean, it kind of depends on your situation, but most people can keep their garrisons full. Next, we're gonna look at skill 2. Infantry squad HP up to 30%. When in alliance territory, infantry squad defense is up to 15%. Nothing crazy, nothing bad. Those are some pretty good stats right there. Skill 3, infantry squad attack can go all the way up to 24%. Counterattacks have a 20% chance to also grant a shield on oneself for 3 seconds, and the shield factor can go all the way up to 1.7k. This effect can be triggered only once in every 3 seconds. So this in general, nothing wrong with it. Pretty nice, decent stats right here. Plus you get a shield factor, and what you're about to see here, the shield factor is going to be a slightly more significant because of her 4th skill, as well as her awakened skill, which will also be amplified by said 4th skill, or at least, like, from my understanding, that's the case, right? Which is really nice if that's the case. So it adds a 10% bonus, and this 10% can go all the way up to 30% bonus to the obtained shield while the shield is active. Counter damage can also increase, counter damage also increases by up to 27%, and I'm guessing this is while the shield is active, counter damage increases, right? So when this shield is active, counter damage can increase up to 27%, which is actually pretty nice, because one thing I want to know is if this counter damage effect is specifically for Riven, right? If her shield is active, or if, for example, I could use someone like Raygro who has a shield, right? And if his shield is up, does that counter damage still apply? That's something I really want to know, and I'm assuming that would be the case, but I can't actually confirm that right now, so we can only speculate on these things. That being said, that's really nice, and since you're able to add a bonus to the shield, or to the obtained shield while the shield, that's just pretty nice. That's a pretty nice skill. Also, when you look at her awakened skill, when taking skill damage, it has a 50% chance to grant a shield to oneself. The shield factor 2K, this effect can only can be triggered once once only once in 6 seconds. So this is still, like I said, pretty nice. Like being able to buff shields and stuff is really cool. And like I said, since you know, Rhaegar has a shield, I would really be interested if she can buff his shield as well, which would be pretty cool. Not only buffing it, it would also potentially activate this counter damage skill, which, you know, just in general, right? Like let's say like you don't have extra garrison captains, maybe you need to put Rhaegar up there. This could be much more significant. I kind of want to hear your guys' thoughts on this though, like where you guys kind of would rate her on a scale of F to S, right? Right now, I would probably put her A, and I want to kind of talk about her. I don't think she's nothing crazy. Like, I don't think she's bad, obviously. I think she's still good. I think she's going to be a significant hero, but I don't think it's nothing game-changing or game-breaking to the point of like Peterson, for example, right? Like, I don't see myself replacing a Dutt or Eddie on the field for Riven. It just is unrealistic for me. I just don't see myself going that far because Riven, although she's pretty good, I don't know if I'd use her on the field like that. I don't know if I care to use her on the field like that. She seems like she'd be okay on the field, but she's not bringing me anything spectacular, right? Maybe she'd be better than Robert. I'm also a little bit biased, so take that with a grain of salt. I just never liked Robert. I just haven't ever liked Robert. That being said, you know, you guys give me your thoughts. Right now, as of now, I probably put her as an A tier on my list. All right, in my head. Her talent tree isn't the worst. I don't really mind it. You know, that's kind of like a typical one for like Tom, or a typical one for Rhaegar, whatever hero. Okay, I'm not gonna drag this video on though. I appreciate you guys for watching as always. You guys give me your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, and that is it. Peace out.